Hey guys, Mark here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. And so today, along with the release of the Dokkan Battle web store that I made a video about earlier, which you should definitely check out, go get some free stones from setting that up. Dokkan also updated their official website with this big banner image. We've got a lot of information here, basically showing some highlights from each of the years of Dokkan, including a list of the most used characters across the 10-year history of Dokkan Battle, which is very, very interesting. And I got the idea for this video, honestly, it was kind of like a joke comment that I saw somebody make, but it is very interesting, and it will probably be the title of the video, because we talk a lot about the hype of certain characters, the hype of certain releases. I know at the moment Legends is having their 7th anniversary, and a lot of people are disappointed that the next part of it, is it part 2? I'm not 100% sure. I don't follow Legends or play it. I see bits and pieces that get posted on my timeline. I think it's part 2 of their anniversary or something is started, right? And it is Namek Saga, Saiyan Saga, I should say, with the Vegeta. There's like a Vegeta, Nappa, a Tien, I think somebody said. And so a lot of people are not particularly happy, because a lot of people do not consider this to be very hype. And this always comes back to the funny question that when you see people who are the fans of things like OG Dragon Ball Saga, Saiyan Saga, like some of the stuff that doesn't get as much representation in the game, which, you know, as I've said many times, to be very clear, like straight off the bat, I do think that that stuff all deserves its representation in the game and everything. I'm not like opposed to things ever getting releases, but the people that are fans of these more niche or underrepresented things from Dragon Ball will very often have this sentiment of like, when it comes to the big celebrations, why are we not getting this stuff? Like, why is it the big question? Why is it always fusions, right? And it's very interesting when we take a look at this thing that we've been presented here. So we can zoom in on each of these segments. So Dokkan Battle's original release, Dokkan Awakening was a thing, the first world tournament. Obviously the global version came out after like 6 months. It's really funny looking at this top 5 most used characters up until the first anniversary, because I'm pretty sure only one of them is even a SSR. Actually no, that's the physical and AGL Trunks, right? They are SSRs. I'm fairly sure that Gohan is an SR, which is pretty funny. So obviously right at the beginning of the game. But then when we get on to the first anniversary, I mean, partly it is, of course, because the unit was so busted. But like, top 5 most used characters, 4 of these 5 characters are fusions, and 2 of them are literally STR Gogeta. Unawakened STR Gogeta was more used than like any other unit in the game other than Awakened STR Gogeta and AGL Super Vegito, which is kind of insane to think about, like how good STR Gogeta really was on release. People still make that comparison now. Whenever a unit comes out that's like super busted, hands down best unit in the game, people always make that comparison of like, oh, is this like the second coming of STR Gogeta? And man, like you can really see he's 2 of the top 5 characters, the same unit, which is absolutely insane. And then we go on to the 2nd anniversary, and crazy enough, the 2nd anniversary headliners were Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and they are in the top 5, but they're not number 1 and 2. They're number 3 and 5. And who are the other 3 characters? Another 3 fusions. And STR Gogeta is still at number 1, which I guess makes sense, because even with the release of Goku and then like Super STR becoming one of the big meta teams, obviously you would run STR Gogeta on that team. So kind of crazy. Very, very interesting. I like the fact they mentioned as well leader skills focused on categories added, because we had the super extreme class ones as well with Vegito Blue and Rose. And then the first, who was the first category leader? It wasn't STR Gohan or Physical Frieza. I'm trying to remember who it was, unless it was when Omega and Gogeta came out on JP, which would be kind of funny to mention it because they came out on Global as well, but they didn't have leader skills. So that was the 2nd anniversary. 3rd anniversary, Again, the headliners, this is crazy. The headliners for the 3rd anniversary were Physical Gogeta and Int Vegito. And Physical Gogeta is number 4 in the top 5 most used characters. Number 1 is Int Gogeta. Number 2 is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Then we have UI Goku, obviously very popular. And Gotenks at number 5. So again, 4 of the 5 most used characters for 2018 were fusions. And the number 1 was Gogeta again. Basically just surpassing his own like previous version from the previous years. The Int Gogeta becomes the number 1 most unit for 2018. 2019, the 4th anniversary, obviously the headliners were the LR Super Saiyan 4s, AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, STR Vegeta. AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku came in at number 3, and then STR Vegeta's not even on here. Number 1 is UI Goku, which is fair, obviously considering the timing and like the hype of Super, that makes a lot of sense. And then 2 is AGL Gogeta, who, of course, him and Broly coming out very soon after the release of the movie on JP. Very, very popular characters. Gogeta obviously very good on release. So another Gogeta. So bear in mind, there's been at least one Gogeta in the top 5 used units every year so far since the 1st anniversary, which is since a Gogeta unit has been in the game. A Gogeta unit has been one of the top 5 units most used, and like for all the most of the other years was literally number 1. Then we can take a look at 2020. We've got the fusions. I guess this was when they got their Easy A's, because we've got the 3rd year fusions again are at number 1 and 2. AGL Gohan, he got his Easy A right at the beginning of that year, and then STR-LR Gogeta from the actual 5th anniversary is only at number 4, and then AGL Gogeta is still in there and is at number 5. So of the top 5 most used characters in 2020, 3 of them are Gogeta, number 2, 4 and 5. And then number 1 is still a fusion as well. I like the fact that they show like the April Fool's events that they did for each year as well, which is cool. Like we got the when was the first time they did it? It was this one, 2nd anniversary. We got the Cyberman one. We got the Peachy Girls thing. We got the retro guys in 4th anniversary. We got the Dokkan Racing, which I think was where we got the free Bulma card that has like the motorbike thing. Dokkan of the Dead, and we got the dance revolution type thing with the Para brothers, fishing one, and then the city builder for this one. They didn't do one this time. We had the Cell takeover with the special event, which was pretty cool, but wasn't a special like pretend game mode. So then the 6th anniversary, this is obviously UI Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta. UI Goku is at number 2, Gohan's at number 1, because Gohan has always been a super good unit, even with his transformation condition being bad. He's always been a really solid unit, especially in longer events where stacking is viable. And then number 3 we have Vegito, and number 5 is a Vegito. So actually this is the only year so far, 2021, where there isn't a Gogeta in the top 5. But I suppose, I don't know when the last one would have released. I guess with the buffs to Potara with the STR Vegito, the Int Vegito saw more use than the physical Gogeta at this point. But again, like 2 of these of the top 5 are still fusions. Then 2022, 7th anniversary, obviously number 1 and 2 are the 7th anniversary characters. This isn't surprising considering that with this anniversary and the release of the Red Zone, this is when we saw for the first time in a little while some like massive power creep. So obviously the actual anniversary units themselves were incredibly good and very, very strong for beating the actual difficult content. Then we've got Super Saiyan 4 Goku is back, obviously because he got his Easy A near the end and worked really well with the LR Super Saiyan 4s, so that makes sense. And then STR Vegito is still there, although interestingly the physical Gogeta has taken back that last spot from the Int Vegito. So we've got 2 Gogeta. Well, technically, if you want to count the fact that the gods have the active skill, 3 Gogetas in the top 5 again for the 7th anniversary year 2022. 2023, we have the gods and the Super Saiyan 4s still at number 1, which makes a lot of sense. They are obviously super good. The 8th anniversary LRs were really good on release, but sort of a bit wonky. Like the Boo duo with the way they stack defense never being like super dominant, especially in shorter events. And then the GT duo obviously getting a lot of use because of their standby. Gohan still hanging in there. But we've still got the Super Saiyan 4s, and of course, like I said, if you count their active skill, the Tech Gods, we've still got 2 Gogetas. No fusions. I mean, that's the thing. The headliners for the anniversary being present in the top 5 rings shouldn't be a surprise if they're well done. But obviously with them not being fusions, then less fusions in this one. And then finally 2024 for the 9th anniversary. I mean, this shows you how good their EZAs were. AGL, UI Goku, and in Blue Evolution Vegeta are above the anniversary units with how crazy their EZAs were. And then, of course, Beast Gohan number 3. I mean, he came out as, like, hands down the best unit in the game at the time. So that's not really surprising at all. And then the Gogeta from the physical Gogeta from part 1 is number 4. And then at number 5 is the physical Blue Boys. I mean, their EZA was really, really good as well. That shows you how, like, good, how really good, like, a good EZA actually is. That those characters are then making these lists over the actual headliners of the celebration, because the EZA was so good, right? Like we saw with the one of the previous, we saw with the AGL. Like, this is just actually crazy. UI Goku and Blue Evolution, and then even the Blue Duo, the Blue Kaioken and Blue Evolution, these guys being above Broly and the Gammas for like the most used characters for that year, which is crazy. So that's one of those things where I know it's down to, you know, random people like to use random teams. I mean, we saw the top 5 most units for the Million Arena, and some of those choices didn't make a huge amount of sense. So it's not necessarily just because lots of people do something that means that it's right, because not everybody, I guess, knows what they're doing or just plays around to have fun, doesn't always, you know, isn't always playing the hardest content. But this shows you, when we come back around to that age-old question of, like, when it comes to big anniversary celebrations and stuff like that, why is it always fusions? Well, the answer is because every single year in the top 5 most units of the year, there are always multiple fusion units. And the fact that Gogeta is in the top 5 every single year except one is absolutely crazy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are your favourite units to get for big celebrations? Even if you are a fan of the niche stuff like Saiyan Saga and things like that, I know a lot of people want to see those things come to the game and are sort of accepting of the fact that they will probably only be in smaller celebrations. But when it comes to these big celebrations, what do you like to see most? Things like Super Saiyan 4, I know GT overall is like a mixed bag when it comes to whether people like it or not, but it's kind of hard carried by the fact that people love Super Saiyan 4. So we do see the celebrations carried, like, sort of carried by Super Saiyan 4 characters if there's no fusions, which is why I think Daima Goku works as the headliner for Global Dokkan campaign, as obviously if there's any Daima related stuff we won't get a fusion. But let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, as you can see, fusions sell, fusions get used the most by players, so that's why when the big celebrations roll around and Dokkan wants to make the big bucks, they drop these big fusion characters, so no one should really be surprised. But let me know your thoughts. Which was your favourite of the anniversaries? Which was your favourite year of Dokkan if you've been playing for a while? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.